I know everybody a go like. I know everybody a go like. Success don't come overnight. No matter no a substance over hype. Do it for the love, me not do it for the life.
Hello, I'm Jason Harris, and I'm unofficially the fittest commercial real estate professional south of Boston, but maybe not this far south.
Also known as Coach FitPro J, your diet-free fat loss specialist. I'm the coach who talks the talk and walks the walk. I've been there, done that, and now I empower real estate professionals and entrepreneurs to take control of their nutrition and fitness without feeling overwhelmed, by keeping it simple, keeping it moving, and keeping it real. Welcome to the weekly live broadcast, Keeping It Real. You know what I respect? I respect how Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson explained why he's lost some size lately. He said, wait, have you guys seen the picture yet? I gotta pull up the picture for you. Give me a second. I didn't have it queued up for you. Let me find it here. All right, here it is. Let me pull it up for you. All right. So there you go. So Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, right? He's lost some size lately. But he said it's because he's taking on a different movie role. Brilliant. You know, that's PR 101 right there. Because let's be real. He didn't say, yeah, I'm off the sauce, right? I'm not running a pharmacy's worth of anabolic steroids anymore. Nope. He spun it in a way that still hyped or still kept the mystique alive. Smart move. And honestly, I'm glad he slimmed down a bit. The guy was making the rest of us feel small. Like I hit the gym hard, eat clean, check the mirror, and still felt like a house cat standing next to a lion looking at that guy. So thanks, Rock. I appreciate you leveling the playing field just a little bit. All right. Today, we're starting with the Core 4 of Networking segment. After that, Fitness Success, the 4 pillars of achievement. Then we'll get into From Stagefright to Spotlight, the public speaking segment of the show. And then we'll finish up with the Real Estate Roundup segment. Let's get started. The Core 4 of Networking. Networking is an essential skill in both business and personal development. In the Core 4 of Networking segment, I break down the key practices for building strong, lasting relationships. Do you know about the Core 4 of Networking? Can you tell me what they are? I mean, they're right there on the screen. But what I'll do for you is I am going to show you a short clip that explains what the Core 4 of Networking are. Here you go. What's up? I'm here with Al to give you guys another networking tip. We've given you 3 so far, and today we're going to give you a 4th. But before we do, let's recap. What's the first thing they got to do, Al?
Show up.
You got to be present and accounted for. What's the second thing?
Be yourself.
You be you, your authentic self, because nobody likes fake people. Not a good look. What's number 3?
Pay attention.
You got to do some active listening. You got to know what's going on. You don't want to stare into somebody's eyes and nod your head thinking about what you got to say next. Pay attention. And now that the recap's done, I think the 4th one's the most important. What do you think, Al?
Oh yeah, there's no point in doing all 3 if you don't do the 4th.
That's right. So why is the 4th so important now?
Because the fortune's in the FU.
What do you mean?
Fortune's in the follow-up.
Ah, that's right, follow up. Don't have a conversation with somebody, take their business card, and then do nothing. Follow up. Speaking of following up, if you guys would like to hear more networking tips from Al and myself, comment more or yes please underneath this video. And Al, what are we going to do after they make that comment?
Follow up.
Haha, that's right. See you guys later.
All right. So I'll be breaking down the core 4 1 week at a time. Week 1 is all about show up, why simply being present can open doors to success. Week 2, be yourself. Authenticity is the key to forming genuine connections. Week 3, pay attention. The importance of active listening and being fully engaged with others. Week 4, follow up. How to maintain and grow relationships beyond the first meeting. What's the most significant networking hurdle that you have faced, and how'd you tackle it, or are you still working on it? Please share your biggest networking challenges and how you've addressed them. If you're still working on them, also let us know in the comments below. We can help out. In addition to exploring the core 4 of networking, this segment will also showcase local members of the networking organizations I'm affiliated with, as well as other businesses and professionals in my network. I'll also provide insights on local events that I attend. In today's segment, we're diving into the core 4 of networking, the simple but powerful steps that can transform how you show up and connect with others. Something a lot of people are lacking these days that when I'm out there networking. This replay will take you behind the scenes at a local Chamber of Commerce networking event. Shout out to Cranberry Country Chamber of Commerce. And I tested some attendees on their knowledge and introduced a framework that could change the way you approach every handshake, coffee chat, and follow-up. So you got to pay attention. Stay tuned. You'll want to take notes on this one. Let's jump in. Let me cue up that video for you. I went to a networking event at the Loon Pond Lodge in Lakeville, Massachusetts, hosted by the Cranberry Country Chamber of Commerce. While I was there, I got some people on camera, and I asked if they could tell me what the core 4 of networking are. Before I show you that footage, though, let's bring out Al Mui from backstage and see if he thinks anyone knows what the core 4 of networking are. So let's go ahead and bring out Al. All right, here we go. Hello, Al. How's it going this evening?
How you doing?
Oh, there we go. I can hear you. Excellent, excellent. Could you please remind the audience of who you are and what you do?
Sure, yeah. My name is Albert Moy. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones.
Awesome. So what do you think, Al? Will anyone be able to answer the question, what are the core 4 of networking?
I think they may get 1 or 2 or 3 out of, but not the full 4.
Not the full 4. Okay. Well, stand by. Here's that footage.
All right.
All right, just got here. I'm at the Loon Pond Lodge here in Lakeville, Massachusetts. And I'm about to head into an event hosted by Cranberry Country Chamber of Commerce, of which I'm an ambassador for. As you can see right there on my name tag. And I'm gonna try to get a couple of people on camera and see if they can answer the question, what are the core 4 of networking? Let's see how this goes. Wow, I'm still walking. I had to park quite a ways away, but here's the long entrance. And like I said, I'm gonna try to get a few people on camera, see if they know what the core 4 of networking are. Here we go. Wish me luck. I'm here with Brian with Red Ball Promotions. Let's see what goes on, what happens. Brian.
Yes, sir.
Oh, come on close. Come on close. Don't
right.
be shy. All right, here we go. I got a good selfie stick right here in my arm.
There we go.
All right, can you tell me what the core 4 of networking are?
The core form.
The core 4 of networking. What are they?
Oh, honestly, I don't know the answer to that, and I do networking all the time, so I'm looking forward to getting educated.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, I'm here with Kevin with Lighthouse Strategic Partners, and I'm going to ask him. How you doing, Kevin?
Great.
All right, Kevin, can you tell me what the core 4 of networking are?
No.
right, thank you very much. Okay, now I'm here with Chris from Luca B Signs, and I'm going to ask Chris. Oh, how you doing, Chris?
I'm good. How are you?
Awesome. So, Chris, do you know what the core four of networking are?
I don't.
You don't?
Not anymore.
No? Okay.
I used
thank you.
to.
I mean, in all fairness, Chris hasn't been networking for a while. So this is his first night out at an event for a while. So, but okay, you don't know what the core four of networking are.
I probably know. I just don't remember.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. I'm here with Ann Turpin now. Ann Turpin is a Reiki healer, and how you doing, Ann?
Hi, I'm doing great, thank you.
Awesome. So I wanted to ask you, Ann, do you know what the core four of networking are?
Well, for me, it would be peace, love, light, and being your authentic self.
Peace, love, light, and being your authentic self.
Yes.
That's awesome. Thank you, Ann.
Thank you.
All right. So, wait, speaking of Ann Turpin, we got a comment here. Ann must be watching. She knew that, I think she knew this was going to come on. She says hi. Hi, Ann. Thank you for doing that, by the way, Ann. All right. So Ann Turpin, she got one of them. So you're right, Al. No one really got them. I mean, nobody I asked knew the answer. I wonder if anyone we ask in the future will be able to answer correctly. You know, how important would you say the core four of networking are, Al?
I think it's one of the things, if somebody doesn't know how to do network, that's one of the first things to follow with is if you don't know where to start, here's where you start. And these are just 4 simple rules. They're not hard to do. You just have to remember them. When you go networking, show up, be yourself. That's it's almost like. And once you follow through with everything else, and it all works, it all comes together.
Exactly. So what's going to happen is, it's a good thing. Starting next week, I'll be breaking down the core four 1 week at a time. And, like you mentioned, the first 2, right? Show up, be yourself. So week 1, we'll be discussing showing up, why simply being present can open doors for success. People don't realize that. And then week 2, be yourself. Authenticity is the key to forming genuine relationships and connections. Very important. And week 3, we'll talk about paying attention, the importance of active listening and being fully engaged with others so you know what's going on. And then, which is very important for the 4th pillar, or I'm sorry, the 4th thing, which is follow up. How to maintain and grow relationships beyond the first meeting after you take their business card, what happens after that sort of thing. But, I want to know from you at home, what's the most significant networking hurdle you have faced? And how did you tackle it, or are you still working on it? Please share your biggest networking challenges and how you've addressed them in the comments below. And also, if you'd like to be a guest on the show to discuss your story in more depth, please get in touch. I'd be happy to have you. Al, what's the best way for someone in the audience to contact you?
Excuse me. The best way they would be able to contact me is through my email. They can contact me at albert.mui, that's MUI, at edwardjones.com.
Awesome. So Al, I think when we get out to some of these networking events and we cross paths, because we do quite a few times, we need to start acting some of these out or something. You had mentioned that to me. I think that's an awesome idea, Al, is to kind of act some out just to get the point across to people, and we'll ask some more people too. How's that sound, Al? I like your idea of that.
Yeah, that sounds good. I think a lot of time, even though we talked about it, but then I know there's some people who say, okay, you said, to show up, okay, be yourself, pay
attention,
listen, so the thing is, well, what do you do? How do you do it? So we're going to do like a little, I would say little skits or when we are networking and show you what to do and what not to do, So I think that that's going to show some people say this is what you're not supposed to do at a networking, and then just a fun skit here and there, so that way people can see, oh, okay, now I understand what they're talking about.
I love that, a little bit of edutainment.
Right.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that with you. I'll tell everyone a quick story. Back when I first started in commercial real estate and networking and whatnot, I actually didn't have a car right when I first started, and I carpooled with Al to a networking event down to the old grist mill, and it was young professionals or something like that. And on the way down, Al was telling me his passion for networking and wanting to educate people on that and how to do it properly, because so many people go about it the wrong way, and they just show up to places and meet people and they're winging it and they're not really getting anything out of it. And Al, and his experience, and I'm sure you'll hear more of it later on in future episodes, but Al and myself, but he's so many things has happened because of taking advantage of networking efficiently and correctly, especially like using these core four. And we do have a comment here. Paul Medeiros, the CEO of Easter Seals, Massachusetts here. Paul says, does showing up for the podcast count? It does, Paul. What do you think, Al? You think so, Al? You think it counts?
No, I would say, yeah, we'll give him credit for that.
Yeah. All right, Paul, that'll work. We'll have to get Paul on one time. Maybe Paul will be our next guest. We'll talk about showing up with Paul or something. We'll try to coordinate something. Thanks for the comment, Paul. Appreciate it. But all right, yeah, Al, I think we should do that. I think you had an awesome idea, and I'm game. But anyway, like I was saying, Al has always had a passion for networking and wanting to educate people on doing it right. I think it hurts him now. It hurts me now after listening to Al, but I'm sure it hurts him for him to see people not network correctly. But anyhow, now it's becoming a reality. So here we are. So thanks for joining me tonight, Al. And again, look for Al on future episodes too, as well as in the field too. But no, thanks, Al. I appreciate you. All right, I'm gonna put Al backstage, unless you have something else to say about it, Al, before next week. Anything to say?
No, just if you have any questions, always reach out to Jason or myself. And if there's something you want to say, well, I did this at networking. I don't think it was right. There's no right way. There's no wrong way, but there's only one way, which is your way. So
yeah, we'll help you out. Awesome. Thanks, Al. I appreciate you, man. All right, I'm going to put Al backstage and we will continue. Make sure my mic's on. And there you have it. The core four of networking. Show up, be yourself, pay attention, and follow up. So if I ask you, all right. That was the late October of 2024 replay of the Core 4 of Networking segment. That's when Al and I came on and originally explained what the Core 4 are. These aren't just tips. They're the foundation for building meaningful relationships that lead to real opportunities. Big thanks to Al Moy for joining us and to everyone I connected with at the Lakeville event back then. Still in connection with all those people. If you've got a great networking story or a challenge that you're still navigating, drop it in the comments or reach out to be a guest on the show, and we'll work it out together. And remember, there's no wrong way to network, but there is your way, just like Al said. Use these 4 steps to make it intentional. And if you found value in this replay, make sure you stick with us for future episodes of Keeping It Real. Next Monday is week 2, so the topic will be yourself. Authenticity is the key to forming genuine connections. Until then, show up, be yourself, and most of all, follow up. And keep building the relationships that move your business forward. If you got a story to share and you want to be a guest on the show, reach out. I'd love to have you on. Seriously, let's do this. And if you catch me at a networking event and I ask you what the core 4 of networking are, you should get a couple of them, but don't hesitate to pull me aside and let's make some on-camera magic happen. We'll get that shyness out of you. All right, next up is the fitness segment. Oh, all sorts of technical difficulties tonight. Fitness success, the 4 pillars of achievement. Each week, I alone or with a guest will break down a specific pillar to help you build a balanced, sustainable fitness routine. Week 1, Pillar 1, nutrition habits. Master your nutrition and fuel your body for success. Week 2, Pillar 2, stress management. Practical strategies for managing life's inevitable stressors. Week 3, Pillar 3, physical activity. Tips to stay active and energized no matter your fitness level. Week 4, Pillar 4, recovery measures. Recovery is key. Learn the best ways to rest, recharge, and avoid burnout both in and out of the gym. Today, I'm rolling out a brand new sub-segment. Yes, a sub-segment called Keeping It Real Fitness Public Service Announcement. Think of it like a news flash that you actually need. Because instead of warning you about traffic on I-93 or 495, you guys in Massachusetts know what I'm talking about, I'm here to warn you about hidden calories, chemicals, and surprises in your so-called healthy meals, snacks, and smoothies. This is my platform to keep you informed about the things that I hear and see people doing while I'm out networking, showing property, or just living life. Habits that aren't helping at all when it comes to improving your fitness. Don't worry, I'm not calling anybody specific out. I'm just calling it like it is so you can win in business and in health. Now let's talk about one of the most Instagram-worthy breakfasts of all time, avocado toast. Don't get me wrong, I love it. But depending on how you build it, avocado toast can either fuel you like a pro or sneak calories on you faster than a double book client showing up late to a showing. Avocado toast really shows how context matters when it comes to healthy versus fat loss friendly. Let's break it down. All right, why avocado toast is healthy. Nutrient dense. Avocados are packed with potassium, fiber, vitamins, C, E, K, B vitamins, what have you, right? And heart-healthy monounsaturated fats. Whole grain bread adds complex carbs, additional fiber, and micronutrients, if you build it right anyway, but we'll talk about that. Good fats. The monounsaturated fat in avocado supports cardiovascular health. It helps regulate cholesterol, and it keeps you fuller longer. Satiety factor, speaking of fuller longer, healthy fats and fiber, or plus fiber, slow digestion, helping with stable blood sugar and longer lasting energy, which is a good thing. Real food, not processed. Compared to typical grab and go breakfasts, muffins, sugary cereal, or bagels or cream cheese, or, America runs on Dunkin's, or, and I can't even say it. Avocado toast is far more nutrient rich. You ever notice how a simple, healthy breakfast somehow turns into a cheat meal? 1 minute you're mashing avocado on a slice of bread. The next thing, you've added an egg, some fats, a drizzle of olive oil, some feta, and now you're holding a 700 calorie light snack. That's not avocado toast anymore. That's avocado mortgage toast because it's going to cost you big. Now I've got to ask, what's your avocado toast guilty pleasure topping? Say that 5 times fast. Be honest. Are you team extra cheese or team olive oil drizzle? Which one? Drop it in the comments because I want to know. I want to see where you stand. All right, let's talk about why avocado toast can be bad for fat loss. All right. Calorie density. That's one of them. One medium avocado can have 240 plus calories, mostly from fat. Add bread, 120 to 200 calories per slice, and toppings, egg, cheese, olive oil, drizzle, whatever you use. And your light breakfast can hit 400 to 700 calories real quick. Easy to overshoot. That's another problem. Fat is over twice as calorie dense as carbs or protein. There's 9 calories per gram of fat versus 4 calories of carbs or protein. So almost more than double. A little extra scoop of avocado can add a couple hundred calories without making the portion look too much bigger. Very easy to do that. The other thing why it's bad for fat loss is it lacks protein by default, unless you add eggs, smoked salmon, or another protein source. It's mostly fat plus carbs, and that's it. You know, that combo tastes great, but it isn't as muscle preserving or metabolism boosting as higher protein meals are, especially when you're trying to lose fat. Especially. And believe me, I know, because I lost a lot of fat. And I've kept it off too. So I should tell you something. So healthy halo effect, right? Because it's labeled as healthy. People often eat larger portions, or they skip tracking it. You know, it's healthy, underestimating the impact of their total daily calories. The bottom line, healthy does not equal fat loss friendly. Avocado toast supports health, but doesn't guarantee a calorie deficit. If fat loss is the goal, it's about portion control and balance. Use half of an avocado instead of a whole one. If you use those little packets of guacamole, you know, use half of it, or if you're using half, use a quarter. You know, just use less of an amount. Choose thin or high fiber bread. Dave's Killer Bread makes a nice 21 whole grains and a couple of different ones that are thin sliced. I've seen them at all the grocery stores. Add lean protein, egg whites, cottage cheese, smoked salmon. You know, this way avocado toast stays both healthy and aligned with fat loss goals. Okay, let's make avocado toast fat loss friendly now without losing the flavor or convenience, because busy pros don't have time for complicated. So smart tweaks for fat loss friendly avocado toast. Have the avocado. Use a quarter or to half of an avocado instead of the whole thing, like I just talked about. All right. About 60 to 120 calories versus 240. Huge difference. Remember, fat is very calorie dense. So mash it thinly across the toast so it still feels generous. All right. Think paint the wall, not pile on the bricks. That's all. Upgrade the bread, like we just talked about. Swap out the thick sourdough slabs or the regular generic white bread, and use Dave's Killer Bread, thin sliced, or Ezekiel sprouted grain bread is awesome. Protein bread like Carbonate or P28. Just search protein bread and it'll come up. It keeps calories in check, and it ups the fiber and the protein, both. All right. So the other thing you could do is add protein power, not powder. Well, you could use powder, but add protein power. Avocado plus bread, like I said, is fat plus carbs. All right. So for fat loss, bring in protein. 1 to 2 poached or boiled eggs or egg whites, what have you. Egg whites if you want volume without the extra fat. Smoked salmon. It adds omega-3 fat, which is a good fat too, and a luxury vibe, right? Cottage cheese or Greek yogurt, you could spread that underneath the avocado because you fake yourself, you know, getting a little bit more volume, but you're getting more protein in. I've done that before, and you could even flavor it too underneath it. But anyway, speaking of flavor, you could flavor without calories by skipping the olive oil drizzle, which is about 120 calories per tablespoon, and go heavy on lemon or lime juice, red pepper flakes. Everything bagel seasoning is the bomb. That works. Fresh herbs, big flavor, near 0 calories. That's what I'm talking about. And then the other thing, right? Like I talked about, right size portions. For a busy real estate pro running between showings or an entrepreneur glued to their laptop, 1 slice with protein equals a balanced snack or a mini meal. Perfect, right? 2 slices with extras equals a full meal, but log it because it's easy to hit 600 plus calories. Just log it. Pay attention to what you're doing. Result, you still get the heart healthy fats, fiber, and flavor punch of avocado toast, but now it's portion controlled, protein balanced, and fat loss friendly. That's what we're going for. So here's the bottom line. Avocado toast is healthy, but if fat loss is your goal, you've got to portion it, power it up with protein, and keep the calories in check. Remember, your nutrition habits are the foundation of success, not just in fitness, but in business too. When you fuel right, you think sharper, perform stronger, and you don't crash halfway through that marathon of showings or back-to-back Zoom calls. This has been your Keeping It Real fitness public service announcement for this evening. But you know what? I got another bonus one for all you real estate professionals and entrepreneurs out there. Check this out real quick. I'll be right back. All right. All right. I got lost for a second. If you've got questions about nutrition, fitness, or recovery, drop them in the comments, or you could direct message me and I'll feature your question on one of the upcoming shows. Until next time, keep it simple, keep it moving, and above all else, keep it real, especially when it comes to your fitness. That wraps up today's fitness success segment. Next Monday is week 2, so we'll be discussing Pillar 2, stress management, practical strategies for managing life's inevitable stressors. If you want to join the conversation as a guest or have your questions featured on the next episode, just drop a comment below. And yes, even if you're watching the replay, let us know and we'll make it happen. Next up is From Stagefright to Spotlight, our comprehensive public speaking segment designed to help you master this crucial skill. Whether you're speaking to a large audience or just in front of a small group, this segment of the show will give you the tools you need to shed the stage fright and step confidently into the spotlight. This segment of the show will also have guest appearances from some of my fellow Toastmasters. And if you don't know what Toastmasters is, I'll tell you what it is now. Toastmasters International is a nonprofit educational organization that teaches public speaking and leadership skills through a worldwide network of clubs. And I belong to the Spirited Speakers Club out of Middleborough, Massachusetts. We currently meet virtually on the 2nd and 4th Wednesdays of every month. The next meeting will be this Wednesday, September 10th, from 7 to 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to experience a virtual meeting and see what it's all about, I'd love to invite you to come. Comment Spirited, and I'll share the meeting link with you. All right, so don't miss out. If you wanted to check out a virtual meeting of Toastmasters to see what it's all about, comment Spirited, and I will share the meeting link with you. When you do log into the meeting, don't be scared. Feel free to sit back and observe from the sidelines. We'll make you feel welcome, but participation is optional. No pressure, just relax and enjoy the experience. Hope that you do attend. Now, let's move on to the Real Estate Roundup segment. The Real Estate Roundup segment keeps you informed. If I can get this up here. The Real Estate Roundup segment keeps you updated on the latest in the real estate world. Whether you're interested in residential or commercial, this segment's got you covered. I'll invite guest experts on to share insights and discuss the subjects that you want to hear more about. If you didn't already know, I'm with JNUS Realty Group. We are a commercial real estate brokerage and consulting firm out of Braintree, Massachusetts, servicing all of Eastern Massachusetts. We specialize in commercial real estate transactions, including sales and leases. And we also consult on a variety of commercial real estate related matters, including, but not limited to, nonprofits, religious and otherwise, potentially environmentally compromised property, and transit-oriented development. Other services include commercial lease audits, and if you or anyone you know owns a commercial property and wants to know its worth on the current market, we can do a commercial broker opinion of value for you. If you or someone you know is in need of a commercial real estate professional, please contact us directly or comment on this video and we will follow up. All right. And the other thing is, residential agents out there, have you ever stepped into a commercial lease or sale and found yourself confused or stuck? It happens. Commercial deals come with their own set of differences and nuances. That's where we come in. We regularly partner with residential real estate agents and brokers who need commercial expertise. So if you're a residential agent or broker facing a commercial opportunity, don't hesitate to reach out. We're here to help you and your client navigate the process with confidence. What real estate topics spark your curiosity the most? Residential, commercial, or something completely different? I'd really appreciate it if you shared your thoughts in the comments. And if you're watching the replay, your input is just as valuable. Your feedback will guide me in creating future content. All right, keeping it moving. Thanks for joining me for another episode of Keeping It Real. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Every week, we'll dive into important topics that will help you grow with a mix of fun and practical advice, from nutrition habits to real estate, public speaking skills to networking strategies. This show is designed to inspire you, keep it real, and of course, keep it fun. Today, in the Core 4 of Networking segment, Mui and I rewound to October of 2024 and introduced the Core 4 of Networking, the foundation for building meaningful relationships that lead to real opportunities. Then, in the fitness segment, I rolled out a brand new sub-segment called Keeping It Real Fitness Public Service Announcement, where I warn you about hidden calories, chemicals, and surprises in your so-called healthy meals, snacks, and smoothies. In the public speaking segment of the show, From Stagefright to Spotlight, I invited you to visit my next virtual Toastmaster meeting, which is this Wednesday, September 10th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you'd like to join, comment Spirited and I will send you the link. Then lastly, in the Real Estate Roundup segment, I told you about the services of my commercial real estate brokerage and consulting firm, J-Nuss Realty Group, and how we love working with residential agents. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please leave a comment about what you enjoyed. If you didn't like something, let me know that too. All feedback is welcome. If you arrived after we started or missed any details, don't worry. You can always check out the replay. Before we end today's show, we have one comment. Let me check out this comment. Allison Johnson. Thank you, Jason. It was late. I appreciate you, Allison. I appreciate you. I will shout you out. Thank you. All right. So before we end today's show, I have one last thing to share. Every show will end on a high note. All right. With a funny meme or short, hilarious video to keep you smiling. Please stand by while I cue up this week's funny moment. So it plays twice. It's pretty quick. I played it the second time so that you get it. So it's gonna play twice. Ready? Here we go. All right. Thanks for joining me today. I can't wait to see you for more Keeping It Real. Be sure to leave your comments, share your thoughts, and don't hesitate to get involved. Stay tuned, stay engaged, and keep it real. See you next Monday, September 15th at the new time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. See you later.
I know everybody a go like. Chop like a gal. I know everybody a go like. Success don't come overnight. No make you know a substance over hype.